Welcome back to VJ Deep Dives, where we go beyond the headlines and uncover the hidden truths shaping our world. Today we're diving into a topic that affects everyone from the price of your phone to the future of global power, the US-China trade war. For years, we've been fed a narrative about fair trade, protecting American jobs, and leveling the playing field. But what if I told you that's just the tip of the iceberg? What if the real reason behind this economic battle is far more strategic, far more urgent, and points towards a potentially seismic shift in global affairs? Buckle up, because we're about to cut through the noise and explore the unsettling truth. This trade war might not be about economics at all. It could be about something far more fundamental: preparation for a potential war. The official story paints a picture of the US standing up to unfair Chinese trade practices, intellectual property theft, currency manipulation, and a massive trade imbalance. While these issues are certainly present, the scale and intensity of the US actions, particularly the sudden and massive tariffs, suggest a deeper motive. Think about it. Imposing tariffs as high as 145% on Chinese goods? This isn't a gentle nudge towards fairer practices. This is a sledgehammer to the supply chain, a move that directly impacts American consumers, potentially making everyday items like iPhones and electric vehicles prohibitively expensive. If it were purely about economics, wouldn't there be more nuanced, targeted approaches? The fact that the US government seems willing to absorb this economic pain points to a priority that outweighs short-term financial considerations. And that priority, according to a growing number of analysts and the undercurrent of geopolitical tension, is strategic decoupling. Decoupling isn't just about reducing reliance, it's about severing ties completely. The US appears to be in a rapid scramble to bring critical industries back to American soil, or at least to allied nations, at an unprecedented pace. Look at the industries being targeted: pharmaceuticals, rare earth minerals, microchips, and military technology. These aren't just any sectors. They are the backbone of a modern economy and crucial for national security. Imagine a scenario, a conflict, where the US is reliant on China for essential antibiotics, the batteries powering its military vehicles, or the microchips in its defense systems. That's a strategic vulnerability no superpower can afford. The push for reshoring, the billions poured into the CHIPS Act to boost domestic semiconductor production. These aren't isolated economic policies. They are pieces of a larger puzzle, a desperate race against time to achieve self-sufficiency in key areas before a potential conflict ignites. And where is the most likely flashpoint for such a conflict? The answer, often whispered but carrying immense weight, is Taiwan. Taiwan's dominance in advanced semiconductor manufacturing makes it an indispensable asset. If China were to take control of Taiwan, it would not only shift the global balance of power dramatically but also give Beijing significant leverage over the US and its allies. The urgency to build up domestic chip production isn't just about economic competitiveness. It's about ensuring the US can function, especially its military, even if access to Taiwanese semiconductors is cut off. Taiwan is the tripwire, the potential catalyst that could turn this economic decoupling into a full-blown geopolitical crisis. And the US knows it. Now, let's consider the unthinkable, the scenario that this frantic decoupling might be preparing for. A direct military conflict between two nuclear-armed superpowers. The scale of such a war would dwarf anything we've seen before. Global supply chains already strained would collapse. The internet, the power grid, the entire financial system could be vulnerable to cyber attacks. This isn't just about bombs and bullets. It's about a systemic breakdown of the interconnected world we live in. And while the average citizen might be worried about the price of their next gadget, there's a growing suspicion that the elites, the architects of this decoupling strategy, are operating with a different level of preparedness. Whispers of stockpiling resources, securing underground bunkers. These aren't just fodder for conspiracy theories. They reflect a potential awareness at the highest levels of a coming storm, a realization that their survival might depend on being completely self-sufficient when the rest of the world is grappling with the fallout. The language used by some analysts is stark. This isn't just a trade dispute, it's Phase 1. Phase 2, the kinetic phase, the actual conflict, is seen as a real possibility, perhaps even an inevitability by some. The push for decoupling isn't happening in a vacuum. We're seeing increased military posturing in the South China Sea, heightened tensions over Taiwan, and a hardening of rhetoric on both sides. These aren't just diplomatic maneuvers. They could be the prelude to something far more dangerous. The question isn't just if a conflict could happen, but when. And the speed and intensity of this economic decoupling suggest that the clock might be ticking faster than we realize. So, what critical industries are they really scrambling to secure? Beyond the obvious ones, think about rare earth processing capabilities, advanced battery technology, and the entire cyber infrastructure that underpins modern warfare. And how long until the first incident in the South China Sea, the spark that could ignite a larger conflagration? It's a question that keeps many awake at night. A miscalculation, a perceived provocation, a sudden move, any of these could be the catalyst. This isn't fear-mongering. It's a sober assessment of the potential trajectory we're on. The economic war might just be the opening act of a much larger and far more devastating drama. What do you think? Is this trade war truly about economics, or is there a more strategic, even military motive at play? What critical industries do you believe are most crucial for national security in this evolving landscape? And how concerned are you about the potential for a larger conflict? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is a conversation we need to have, a reality we need to confront, even if it's uncomfortable. Because understanding the true stakes of this economic battle is the first step towards navigating the uncertain future. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive. If you found this analysis insightful, please like this video, share it with others who need to see this perspective, and subscribe to VJsDeepDives for more critical explorations of the forces shaping our world. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next investigation. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and I'll see you in the next deep dive.